Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to be here. Ash Kandahari here. My wife, Shanda Sumter, and I. If you're new, just comment below new. I want to welcome you to Heartcore Business. I'm one of the trainers here at Heartcore Business. And so we're looking forward to just getting started. And what we're going to do today is we're going to tell me what's the number one thing you want to accomplish here or create here. Please comment below. What's the number one thing you're going to create? What value will you generate for yourself by being here, investing your time? Anytime you invest your money, your time, your energy, you should have an intention on what you will generate. So in the comments, please share, what are you committed to generating while being here? And today what we're going to create is some hot seat opportunities, So anytime you make an investment, you got to be going, what's my intention? What am I committed to generating by being in this opportunity, by investing my time? So I'm seeing some people here saying, I want to create cash flow, what matters. And so what I want to do is I'm going to be looking for your comments. And when you're here, what we're going to do some hot seating today. So we are committed to creating some hot seating. My wife, Shanda Sumter, and I are part of Heartcore Business. And so I'm hijacking Shanda's live today and jumping in to support you with making money and making your time matter, making your investments matter. So without further ado, I'm going to hot seat some people. I want to see some, who would like to be hot, who's ready to be hot seated? Say me in the chat. Say me in the chat, say me in the comments, ready to be hot seated. Awesome, Andrea, I see that. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some extension planning. We're going to do some hot seating to create your money now. So who's ready? Andrea, are you there? Let's go ahead and unmute Andrea as soon as she comes on camera. I see Beth, you're here. Great. Excellent. Keep your hands up. So Andrea, welcome. Great to have you here. By the way, if you had put new in the chat, you're no longer new. So welcome. So Andrea, unmute. I can't hear you.
Hey, thank you. Yes, I'm not muted. Can you hear me now?
Great. Fantastic. I hear you now. So tell me tell me about what are you committed to generating? Where are you at in your business? And let's hot seat you. Let's move you forward.
Hey, yeah, thank you for taking me. I wanted to be brave and bold, right? Shanda's telling us to do that in all areas, right? Just turn it up.
Let's go. Jump right into it. What is it? What's your commitment? What are you committed to generating here between now and the end of the year?
I guess I've created a beautiful package for people that I know would benefit lots. I sort of did a strategy in terms of offered free sessions for people to kind of get to know my work. And then it's time for kind of follow up and to do an enrollment call, right, for them. Ideally in the 3-month package, which could have a lot of maximum value for them. But so some of those calls kind of coming on today. And so just wanting to, right, generate some sales, but also, obviously there's a lot of value for them with those sales.
Fantastic. And how many calls are you?
Sales, yeah. Huh?
How many calls do you have booked right now for today?
I guess I don't have any booked calls, but I have 3 people to reach out to.
3 people that have an interest, that have expressed interest in your product or offer, correct?
Right.
Yeah, excellent. And what do you believe is going to get in your way and moving these 3 people forward with your offer?
Right.
What do you believe is getting in your way? What do you think is going to get in your way?
I think it's really holding my power, really holding them as able in terms of, resourceful to find the money, right? Really standing for them in that and really kind of standing again. Yeah, I think it's just a holding a power thing. You know what I mean? Like I've had maybe one sales call before and I think I was like, oh, well, we can do this. I sort of waffled instead of standing in it and holding it for them.
How many of you are experiencing the same thing? You have a good product or service, when you want to serve people in the world, called a business, when you serve people in the world, whether it's a product or a service, you may have even generated an offer, an opportunity, but you're right in between. You're like, well, now how do I move these people that are interested forward? How many of you face that? You're facing that. Say me in the chat, me in the comments. Okay, fantastic. Now, Andrea, I have a good question for you. Do you have a proven methodology to lead people from interest to becoming a client?
No, I think I lead with certainty in terms of knowing the value of my work, right? Mm-hmm. So I lead with that. I think I think it's just like a stretch, I guess, for me. And
so get ready. I'm going to give it to you. It's not just the stretch. It's not just the stretch. Some of you are thinking, I just need to hold my power and that's enough. It's not enough. You must have the intention, which is the power, how you show up, who you are when you're confident. And by the way, let me just say this. When I experience you in this conversation, and if you agree, say yes, me, is this, you're clear you could serve people, but you don't have the confidence, if we're being honest. Because confidence is power. And let me just say, you're not alone. And this is not taking you down. You are powerful. You have confidence in you. It's just realizing that confidence in the world. And how we realize that confidence in the world is we create evidence. We generate evidence to create confidence, right? Evidence creates confidence. Certainty creates confidence. When we're uncertain if people are going to move forward with us, or we can actually create the results, that creates a lack of confidence. So the first step of that is to be courageous and to take action, which you're doing. You're in the process of building extraordinary confidence in your business. Do you get that? You're being courageous to step in. You've been courageous enough to get some coaching. You've been courageous enough to show up. You've been courageous enough to create an audience of people that are interested. You've been courageous enough to create a product or a service. The question is, when they buy, that's when you build confidence in that you could serve them. Do you get it? When they say yes to you, your confidence goes up in making another offer and another offer and another offer. Can you all hear that? Can you see that? Say me in the chat. And by the way, the same is true when you're pricing. When you have someone buy a $1 product or service and they see a value of $20, now you have the confidence to say, hey, I could go to 10. Okay. So let me, Andrea, what's missing for you is a mechanism to build the confidence. The mechanism to build the confidence. So let's say, assume I'm the person that's going to buy from you today. What will you create? How would you go about it?
Well, I would be talking about, what you need and what the areas of your life are that I feel like it can provide a massive difference for. I mean, I guess I feel like I am very, very certain in terms of the results that I can give to them, and, that most people need, right? Like trauma clearing and, support with that. And
so let's pause right there. Let's pause right there.
Attachment wounding.
Notice you didn't answer the question.
I did not.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So let me coach you all. Let me coach you all on how to go about that. And the reason you didn't answer the question is you don't have a proven methodology written down. You don't have it embodied in you. You are not living the proven methodology to move people forward when they say, I'm ready to move forward with you.
Right.
And so let me give you all a guideline of what that process looks like. Number one, it's understanding where they want to be in comparison to where they are. I call it my fat to thin storytelling. But it's not you telling a story, it's your client, your customer telling the story to you. What it looks like to be thin again, what it looks like to lose the weight, what would it look like for me in my life? So it's about creating a vision. And before you create the vision, you must create a relationship. And if that relationship is connected to business opportunity to do work with you, they're more likely to move forward with you. If that relationship based on something outside of this opportunity, then it's not relevant, less likely. So it's about generating a relationship, then moving into this fat to thin story. So I would write this down. Step one, nice to meet you. Welcome. What brings you to this conversation? Give me a little history. So that's number one. That creates a relationship. Number two is, tell me, what would it look like? What would you feel like? What is it? What's the experience when you are on the other side? And by the way, this works with both selling a service, a product, in coaching, mentorship, consulting. It also works in business to business. So whether you're meeting with the CEO, CFO, et cetera, you can utilize the same methodology. So number two is paint the picture of what it looks like after this problem is solved.
Right, their outcomes.
Number three, it's about, here's the third step. Number three is about what is getting in the way of creating that? What is getting in the way? And what gets in the way for sometimes in businesses, things like that, financial resources, the right people. So it's typically resources when we're talking about companies, culture, things like that. When we talk about individuals, when we're enrolling someone, whether they're buying a car or a coaching service or a consulting service from us, what gets in the way for them may sound different. It may be their own personal understanding, belief systems. It may be, so it's energy, it's their own energy. It may be their own financial situations. It may be their relationships in their lives. It looks different. It may be time. Do you guys get that? So whatever their objection will be to move forward, you can find it in this idea of what's stopping them. What's getting in the way? What are the speed bumps you're facing and creating that, actualizing that? And when you see that, then you're ready to move to the next space. And by the way, let me just say this. Some people think that you're just doing it for them. You're doing it for you too. Okay. So when you're getting a deeper understanding, you can create a path for somebody with your service. So you're not just pitching a cookie cutter, because if you're just pitching, you could do that to many people at a time. But when you're one-on-one and you're creating value, and by the way, you can charge more when you generate more value. You get that? When you generate more value, people can invest more time, energy, and money with you. If you don't generate much value in a conversation, an enrollment process, in a webinar, in selling to many on stage, if you don't generate much value, they're not as likely to invest as much with you in time, money, and energy. Can you all hear that? Are you getting value for yourself right now? Say me in the chat or say me in the comments. And by the way, let me just say this. For example, we are generating an opportunity for people to come and see Shanda and a lot of amazing leaders. If you're looking to build a business, you want to be in this big event that we're creating called the Zone event. We generate tremendous value there. Okay, so people are more likely to invest, and since we've had so many successful events, our returning clients, they're all like, yes, I'm in. They're willing to invest time, they're willing to invest energy, airfare, they're willing to invest their money, even though it's they're gonna have to pay plane tickets and obviously hotels, etc. But they're willing to invest because they know the value. By the way, if you don't know about it, you should know about it. And we should drop a link for you all so that you can attend the Zone event, because it's extraordinary value. Okay. So you want to create so much value that when you get to the place where you're talking about how your service, this is the other step 4. Okay. 1, relationship, history. 2, where do you want to be? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What's the experience of your life, your business? Doing business, what does it look like on the other side of this problem? Number 3, what's stopping you from getting there? What stopped you the last 10 years, last year, last 3 years? What could get in the way in the next 4 years? How big is this problem? Really identifying the problem deep enough. Then you go to the next stage. This is where you create the opportunity to move forward with you. If it's just a cookie cutter answer, you're not generating enough value. But when you could customize it to their needs, their desires, their wants, their obstacles, their opportunities, when you create that, they're more likely to move forward with you. More likely to. And next stage from this is, what did you like about what I shared? You want to gauge if they've been present to what you've proposed. You want to see what message they landed for them. So for example, right now, I'm going to ask Andrea, what landed for you as I outlined this process for you? Because if you have this process, listen to what I'm saying. If you have this process as the CEO of your company, you can duplicate yourself. If you don't have the process, someone else can't sell it. So you're stuck becoming a dancing bear that sells your own products or services. Whether you're a doctor, physician, naturopath, a consultant, a coach, a mentor, or if you're a McDonald's, if you have to do it the way you do it and it's kind of flexible whenever you want to do it, it's unduplicatable. But when you can create a process that's duplicatable, I'm giving you one, by the way, you can now leverage and scale your business, which is what I'm really coaching you into. So what I would do is hone in on what does this dialogue get to look like so you can move people to not only do business with you one time, but they can extend the business. So when you go to this McDonald's, for example, they'll ask you, would you like to supersize it? That is called a sales process. Okay.
That makes sense.
Supersize it. Would you like the Coke with it? See, that's the sales process. So you want to master this. Now, here's the last part of this. Anticipate that there is always resistance.
Okay.
Anticipate that there's resistance. So another way to say it is, know that there are people who are going to say, I don't want the Coke. Would you like to replace that with something else? You see, now you're in negotiation. You're not in, they're in no, they're a yes, How do you go about it? So does that support you?
Yeah, that supports me. I mean, I guess I was hearing you saying relationship and then kind of connecting to their vision in terms of what it looks like at, at the end, right? The end of 3 months of working with me, or the end of, like their vision for their relationships or their vision
Yeah,
for
of course. And then
biggest problem. And then
what
what's
you're committed to is, remember, you got to create a path for people. They need to see the path. They need to see the bridge. They need to see the tunnel and the light at the end of the tunnel. And I believe this is where most people fail in the enrollment process. In this is where most people stop. Because if someone can't see it, they can't invest in it.
Okay.
We invest in things we can see. All right. Thank you very much, Andrea. I wish you much success with these 3 people. Let's go. Let's move it forward. You got this. I believe in you. Thank you for jumping in. Who's ready? Who's ready? By the way, some new folks in the chat. Let me hear you. You're getting value quickly here as you're jumping in. I'll jump in with Amy. Amy McGraw. Can't hear you, Amy. Let's unmute Amy.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Sorry. How are you?
What's the number one problem you're facing in your business that you would like solved today?
So I'm working on my generator email and I'm just having trouble like pulling myself out of the situation because so my audience is kind of like me from the past dealing with all of these issues, and I'm just having trouble like pulling me out of it and focusing on them. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
When you say generator email, are you
Just
looking
to
to
get to
build
the
your audience?
speaker.
Are you looking to build your bot audience? Are you in the stage of creating your summit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fantastic. And what's the number one challenge you're facing in building out that audience when it comes to the summit? When you say generator email, what do you mean by that?
Well, so my summit is the Wi-Fi detox.
Okay.
So it's how to like reduce inflammation, blah blah blah, from Wi-Fi.
What's the challenge in generating people that are interested in talking about that on your summit?
I'm just having trouble pulling me out of the situation to focus on like Stephen from the 60 Days to Cash was talking about how to like niche down your niche.
Yes.
And it's like, how far into it do you need to go? Because whenever I think about like me and my symptoms, they were so random that it's like, I'm just,
So let's pause right there. Let's pause right there. I got it. I got your question. By the way, anyone that's new to us, I want to share with you that we have a very simple methodology to create cash. So you don't need to have $25,000 worth of investment in terms of, learning how to do Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing to attract your audience. You can actually do that with zero money down, really. That's the truth. And the way we teach you how to do that is by getting expert speakers on a particular topic to, number one, build your audience. And from there, if you do further coaching with us, or if you're at the Zone event, we're going to teach you how to get them engaged. How do you get these people engaged to your offer? Number 3, how do you have a profitable offer, not just any offer? Because what's the point of having an offer that's not profitable? You want to generate profit. So it's win-win. Your audience wins and you win. And then lastly, how to use a proven methodology we just talked about to move people forward. So if you're looking to start a business from nothing, or you're in one of these, or you've started something, these 4 areas is critical. Number 1 is people. You need people to sell, which is what we're talking about with Amy. Number 2, you need a profitable offer. Number 3, you need a promotion plan to get them engaged. And number 4, you need a proven methodology to enroll them in your business and serve them. It's super simple to start a business, and you could create a cash cow doing this quickly, which is what Amy is in the process of doing as one of her clients. Now, Amy, you're saying you have a hard time removing yourself so you can get the speakers. Let me give you a really simple solution to this. You are overcomplicating, overthinking it, and not taking advantage, which is leadership. You got to your leadership, girl. And Shanda talks about that a lot, of course, and she'll be coaching you in days to come on leadership. And let me just say this, you're just getting in your own way. Let me simplify it for you. When it comes to making your offer, that needs to be niche, but your ideal clients are out there. So if I'm looking to sell women between 35 to 55 years old, who would be an ideal partner for me if I'm looking to sell them a health conscious electrolyte drink called High Burst? Who do you think has my ideal clients? Who are some partners out in the world that have my ideal clients? Give me one name.
Well, like a fitness company, or I mean, there's
Nailed
a
it.
bunch of them.
It could be the
Yeah.
local gym.
Anything. Bone broth.
Yeah, 100%. It could be the local gym. Okay. Orange Theory. It could be, you know, one of these other gyms that are franchises that are out there, and I could get franchisees involved with me to do my summit. I could also get Lululemon involved as a head sponsor, and they have my ideal clients. Do you guys see that? So I want to think about who has my ideal client versus who's talking about what I'm talking about. So now you just broaden the opportunity to reach out. So a natural path for you, naturopath doctor, naturopath dentist, those are all your ideal clients that you could serve. Does that support you?
Yes. Thank you.
Authors and creators of these types of courses, ideas, etc. Sound good?
Yes. Thank you so much, Ash. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome, Amy. You got this. Get out of your own way and let's create success. Everybody, if you created value, put it in the chat below. And by the way, the zone event's coming up. This is your opportunity. This event is going to sell out. I'm going to drop in a link below. My team's going to drop a link. Click on that. Join us. It's a beautiful opportunity for you to just move. Boom. Leapfrogs forward. Love you all. And Shanda will be with you next time. See you all soon.